What's up YouTube, it's Shivansh here. The IELTS exam is one of the key components, if not the most important component for immigrating to Canada. Whether you want to study in Canada as an international student or you want to apply for your Canadian PR, your IELTS result to a large extent can become a deciding factor. Preparing for your IELTS exam can become very stressful at times. I have given the IELTS exam twice in my life, once when I was planning to come to Canada as an international student and once when I had to apply for my Canadian PR after my graduation. And both the times I was equally nervous before my exam. However, I did manage to score 8 bands overall both the times. And in this video, I'll be giving you some tips from my personal experience of giving the IELTS exam. And if you follow these tips wholeheartedly and practice with dedication, I'm sure you'll be able to crack the exam and score 8 bands in your IELTS test as well. Before starting this video, I want to inform you that British Council is no longer taking the IELTS exam in India starting 25th of July 2021. So now you don't have to worry about whether you should choose British Council or IDP and which one is easier, because IDP is now your only option. So all that confusion should now go away. Also, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, because that's what motivates me to create more such knowledgeable videos for you. And that is how I come to know that you are interested in these videos and you like my content. So please hit the subscribe button and let's begin. Let's talk about the listening section first. Listening is probably the easiest and the most scoring section for most people, but it can get tricky at times. Attention to detail is extremely important for the listening section, because the conversation that you're listening to can get confusing at times and the right answer might change over the course of the conversation as the conversation progresses. For example, if the narrator asks John, "What time is your train at?" and John says, "My train is at 8 a.m. and later on in the conversation, if John now says that his train is delayed by 1 hour and it'll leave at 9 a.m. instead, then the correct answer would be that John's train is at 9 a.m. So you have to be very attentive while hearing the conversation so that you don't miss out on any key details. Another tip is that for the listening section, grammar and spellings matter a lot. So if you make any grammatical errors or spelling mistakes, then you will lose marks for that. So please do keep that in mind. Next tip for the listening section is that you should always focus on the current part of the conversation rather than worrying about the part that you missed, because otherwise you will miss the entire passage and you will not be able to catch up. For example, if you're confused about a specific question and you're not sure what the correct answer is, then the best thing for you to do is to quickly move on to the next question and try to catch on to the conversation rather than worrying about the missed part. Another highly effective tip that helped me a lot was to watch English movies or Hollywood movies with subtitles and then trying to understand each and every word that was being spoken. So what I did was I used to watch English movies without looking at the subtitles first, and I tried to understand what was being said. And then afterwards I used to read the subtitles just to confirm that what I was hearing and understanding was actually accurate. This is a really great exercise for improving your listening skills, and I still practice it today sometimes when I'm watching a Netflix movie or I'm watching a TV show with subtitles. See, all of us like watching Hollywood movies, but we don't really pay attention to all the details or try to understand every single sentence that is being said. This exercise will help you get accustomed to the British or the American accent, which will definitely help you in the listening part of your IELTS exam. And it will also be useful for you for your daily conversations once you land in Canada. So you should definitely try this one out and give me a shout out in the comments below telling me how you feel about it. Now let's talk about the reading section. The biggest and the most effective tip that I can give you for the reading section is that once you get a question paper, the very first thing that you should do is quickly skim over the questions before even reading the passage. This way, the questions will sit in the back of your head, and as you're reading the passage, you will automatically get a feeling of where the answer could be and what part to pay more attention to. This is a highly effective method, and I'm 100% sure that you'll be able to understand the passage much better, and you'll also be able to find the right answers much quicker. Another extremely important tip for the reading section is to ensure that you transfer all your answers to the final answer sheet before the time ends. Because unlike the listening section, where you do get some extra time at the end of the conversation to transfer your answers to the final answer sheet, you won't get any extra time in the reading section. So please make sure to plan ahead and manage your time accordingly. And before continuing this video, if you guys like this content and want to support my channel, then make sure to hit the like button, because your support goes a long way and this is what motivates me. Now let's continue the video. Now let's move on to the writing section. Writing is usually the most difficult section for most students, and it is also the least scoring section for most people, including myself. The problem is that since it is a subjective section, it gets very difficult to get a high score, and the easiest way to overcome your fear of writing is to practice, practice, and practice. My suggestion for you to improve your writing skills is to write one essay or article every single day for 30 days straight. This is how I did it, and it helped me immensely. And after 30 days, writing an article just became second nature for me. What I did was I used to write one article every single day, and then I used to get it marked by my high school English teacher. He used to review my content and provide suggestions on improving my vocabulary, my sentence structuring, and the overall content itself. So if you want to score really good in the writing section, then practice is the key. Another important tip for you is that you should try to write longer and more complex sentences. I remember in my school back in India, we were always taught that we should try to create small and simple sentences when writing an article or an essay. However, if you want to score a higher mark for your IELTS test, you need to do the exact opposite. If you can write more complex sentences, then this will tell the examiner that you are capable of conveying more complicated thoughts and ideas in an effective manner. And this will definitely help you score a higher mark in your IELTS exam. Finally, let's talk about some tips to improve your speaking skills. Even though a lot of us from India have studied English throughout our childhood, we are still not that comfortable in speaking in English with other people, because either we are used to speaking in a regional language with our friends and family, or we just prefer speaking in Hindi because everybody around us is also speaking in Hindi most of the times. But in order to get a good score in your IELTS speaking test, you will have to become comfortable in effectively communicating your thoughts in English. And the best way to gain that confidence or comfort while talking in English is to practice with a friend or a partner. For example, if you are a couple who's planning to write their IELTS exam, then you should try to communicate in English with each other throughout the day. This will help both of you improve your English speaking skills, and you'll also be able to correct each other's mistakes. Another great exercise that helped me improve my speaking skills was that I used to sit down with my high school English teacher, and we used to pick up a topic from the newspaper every day. And then I used to speak on that topic or that issue for about 15 minutes, and we also had a discussion on that issue. This exercise was extremely helpful in overcoming my fear of speaking, especially at that time, and it also gave me the confidence of talking to an interviewer in a professional setting about a random topic. Another great tip for you is to use apps such as CAMBLY or DUO LINGO to improve your English and your vocabulary. Even the basic or the free versions of these apps have really great content that will definitely help improve your English. So these were all the tips from my personal experience of giving the IELTS exam. If you have any questions, then feel free to comment down below, and if you just want to have a chat with me, then feel free to follow me on Instagram and just shoot me a message. I hope you guys liked this video and found it to be useful. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to watch more such videos about my life in Canada. I will see you guys in the next video.